Good. All right, it is 6 p.m. I'd like to call this meeting of the Historic Preservation Council to order. Attendance, roll call.
Pat Clifford here.
Pat Niner.
Alan Brown here.
Jeff Wilson here. First order of business, the meeting minutes from February 3rd, 2025. Somebody want to make a motion to approve those as submitted?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as submitted.
Somebody want to second
I'll
that?
second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, show that carries. Tonight's regular agenda, certificate of appropriateness for exterior facade improvements, 215 Cedar Street.
Alright, so staff has received an application, you can hear me through the speaker, okay. Staff received an application from Jesse and Jamie Schumann regarding some new facade improvements and exterior paint colors for what is 215 Cedar Street, or the old Skelly Station. This will be new paint colors. We'll be replacing garage doors that are currently in existence. It will be installation of fence, some signage, exterior lighting, and possibly improvements to a patio. So this building, the main historic feature of this building is its, number one, its shape, so the L shape with the brick building itself. There really isn't any other major historic significance to the building as it is right now, as far as historical features. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So, so this was, we all know this in the past has been painted white, so it does have a couple of layers of white on it with the red accent border at the top and the blue accent border at the bottom. Mr. Schumann's proposal is to paint the entire building tricorn black. This will, so that's the first major improvement of that, the paint color itself. Staff does have some concerns with that color because I'm afraid, or we're afraid, that there will be a void. It will cause a void. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. Like you have a white building, a black building, and a white building, and it's just like that middle building that's just that solid dark color just disappears. It's kind of like a void when you glance down the road. Again, that's your decision, but it's just a concern that staff has. Not only the color, but the accents with the black trim around the new windows, the black trim around the new garage doors, the proposed black fencing, all of those items. So other than that, all the other improvements seem to be within a historical significance to, or would go lie within that 1950s period of when this building was originally constructed.
Everybody had a chance to look over the proposal. Do you want to put your
2 cents ideas forward? Yeah.
I'll turn your microphone on.
Do you want it on?
Yes, please.
Okay. Check.
It'll turn, hold it down until it turns green.
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
So, thanks for having us, first of all. As Missy mentioned, those are a lot of the different improvements you want to come. I actually hate to put just a huge emphasis on the color alone because, yes, it's not in the palette, but it's happening in every major city, every downtown that you come across. We don't have a white, black, white. We have a black, gray, from one building to the other, and then the brick. And so there doesn't really seem to be a huge discrepancy between colors. You can see the other building to the left of the original existing facade. If we didn't go with black, we would go with green, and the green is on the color palette. And I think we'd be in the same situation if it came down to a dark color, losing that idea of the building. Not only that, I think we'll brighten it quite a bit by actually just adding the garage doors. So, the glass garage doors, which is in the plans, and for me, I think that's gonna be a gigantic focal point of the building, and I guess if it's anything, it's a compromise to have somebody take care of the building and make it look pretty.
We will
Yeah.
have the wood out front, and we will have wood chairs on the patio. And so they'll add some contrast. There'll be a lot of gold accents and stuff on the outside as well to brighten it. There'll be the checkered pattern out front to break up some of that facade as well.
And that checkering where we've put that, basically that is coming up 3 to 4 inches to, one, eliminate a trip hazard going in and out of those garage doors. 2, we'll be able to make a handicap approach to the front door, just a 0 entry, so we can accommodate them. The front of that building right now is, the concrete's pretty, it's ugly. It's been changed 4 different times, you know, so it looks rough, and we're gonna be able to eliminate that and clean that up a whole lot. One thing that wasn't necessarily mentioned is that on that far L shape, that large garage door, we're actually gonna eliminate that and blend it with the building. So we won't have that giant garage door there. I wanna make sure that that's understood. Yeah, it won't necessarily be brick, it'll just be a matching,
Block.
yeah, it'll be matching, but it's just gonna be that veneer, basically, and then painted to match. So we don't necessarily have, the brick under Bale and Ash, the vinyl sign, that brick is actually a stamped brick, so it's almost impossible to find at this point. So we're just gonna match it as close as we can because it was something particular to the time frame. But yes, we'll darken it up. Then that's what we're hoping. We can see the value in it.
On your concrete, if I can ask,
Yeah.
is that on the elevation drawings, renderings,
Yeah.
it shows it grayish, but then on the page, the 13, it shows it as more of a black.
The black and white, the checkering. Yeah, so we don't want it to be, you know, naturally concrete has that gray look to it already.
Right.
We want it to lighten that up slightly, okay? So it doesn't look just like your
Concrete.
plain old concrete. We want it to just, we're gonna put a stain in it so it lightens it up a little bit and then have the black checkers.
So
So-
it will be black.
Yeah,
It'll be black and a lighter color, so it'll be a checkered.
It'll be like a stained concrete.
Yes.
I wasn't sure if it was gonna be like an epoxy or.
it's
or
actually a
saw cut.
paint, concrete paint. And then we can, you know, touch it up from time to time because naturally that's gonna get scuffed and dirty, so
I
gives us the
provide,
ability to
I
paint.
provided the paint in there. It's actually, withstands like, salt and acidic and stuff like that. It's a really good quality paint. I don't know where it went.
Yeah, I didn't put that in there. 'cause it
Oh.
wasn't- The material itself doesn't.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's one of those situations where it's just different.
Yeah.
You know, most of my entire life, that's been a white building,
Yes,
and nobody's ever seen it as anything else.
yeah.
Technically, the L shape was added later on. It wasn't part of the original footprint.
Yeah.
Um,
And I could
Trying
see,
to look at the building right now.
you see that? Oh, I know. You know, I never really thought about that, but there is that aspect of it kind of, I could see that conversation coming up that it kind of disappeared, but really it's our interior, the exterior meets the interior because we're really going for an old English style. So, of course, cigars don't draw everybody,
Right.
but the idea is that they draw people that, you know, want to come to a calm environment. And so that's kind of what we're trying to create, just quiet it down a little bit. And I think that's what black would
And
do
yeah, the
for it.
inside's gonna have brick, fireplaces, it's gonna have books and, of course, leather chairs and stuff like that. It's gonna just be really comfortable and it's gonna be, cozy, very, very cozy. And so we wanted to give it that, like, just that cozy entrance that you're walking into, and you just kind of get to be in this kind of secluded.
The garage doors, you were talking about the glass panoramic, which is what that building had in it when it was built.
Right.
So I don't see a problem with that at all. That's been the hindrance in the past. Anybody that wanted to improve that building didn't want to put their own money into a property that they were basically renting. Now that you're owners, you're willing to put the money into it to bring it up to a different level.
Yeah, those garage
That's the
doors
doors
are,
he's saying is gonna go away.
Yeah. And that's the part of the building that was added on later. That was added on in the late 60s.
And it'll just be a framed wall.
That's right. And honestly too, this building is terribly inefficient. I think last month's power bill, just a furnace only, was $500. And I bet this month's gonna be a little bit more, but, we need to improve on the efficiency of the building big time. So that's part of getting rid of that giant door on the side and then adding the glass garage doors a little. And then, yes, we're gonna end up doing some UV tinting on the glass doors that are still out front. Just during the summertime to keep the heat down inside. So, and two, again, it's cigars. So we don't want it to get too hot because then the humidor is affected by that and the cigar quality. So it's part of why
So
we're
it
doing
looks
that.
like you're adding quite a bit of glass, so.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of breaks it up.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah, and the glass, most of the glass is on the front, on the right-hand side is currently there, right?
Right, and it will remain. In fact, there are two windows right underneath that vinyl baling ash. You can barely see through the picture, but we're gonna end up replacing those as well, and those will be, again, whatever's allowed. I've heard fiberglass, I've heard aluminum wrapped, so whatever's compliant. We're not particular. We just want better windows, and then more secure because they're paper thin. Anybody could break one and climb in. So.
And on windows, we just are looking not to have vinyl, and you wouldn't want vinyl in those because
No,
of the shrinkage. And
it'd look hideous anyway,
You
right
could-
out front like that.
There's several different ways you could go with that.
Mm-hmm.
What makes this building historic, the items that made it a gas station no longer exist in the building. There's no canopy, for instance, out front. There's no gas pump island. There's no doors and windows that are particular to that style of architecture because through the years it's all been replaced. Basically, your color, black is in the color palette. You can't argue with a black or a white because they're neutral colors.
And we did, based on your suggestion, we are gonna do the metal around the windows. We are going to do that.
It's
not permanent.
It's not permanent. And,
Yeah.
that's another point is you're just painting.
Yeah.
You're not altering any type of construction. You're not adding this or adding something or taking away something that may have made it historic.
Right.
So it's not gonna affect our standing in the historic district. Does anybody have any questions?
I just wanted to clarify the window thing, familiar with this, like, so we had talked that we hadn't approved fiberglass, so before, I think everything I read said that that's a good window now, but we haven't to date ever approved, so to approve it as fiberglass, or we would need to discuss that farther.
And I don't care, honestly, just that it's compliant. Whatever, if you guys tell me, we don't necessarily know. I've just heard from other people that it's either aluminum or fiberglass, just not vinyl. So to me, we don't care. We're just changing the windows and whatever that, to stay within that compliance, then we're fine with that.
As of this date, nobody has brought us a sample of any type of a new fiberglass framed window that was compliant. So, technology evolves all the time. So we haven't seen one, so it's hard to make that determination. And those windows, and basically your windows on the L shape, those you can go several different ways. You could go with an aluminum frame. when that time arises, then we can address
That's-
that.
That's on this application though.
Is it though?
That's why I brought it up.
So, I guess I'm saying, if you bring us the sample and we approve it, then you're not gonna go in and put something that we didn't approve in there.
Sure.
Is what we ran into in the past.
Is there, I mean, rather than bring a sample, which I'm not opposed to, I'm not trying to circumvent anybody, but is there an approved material that you will accept and that we don't necessarily have to bring in? But like I said, no vinyl.
Anything that's on, like your front service, your service windows and your entrance windows and the aluminum.
Yeah.
That's fine.
We'll try to stick to that anyway, just so it blends and looks nice.
And
Again,
you
not
honestly
just-
might be better off just having a tube light window, double pane put in there. Ease of operation, cost. It would match everything else.
Go ahead.
No, I don't.
Oh.
I quit working. I can do it.
You're all right.
No, I don't, this is a question that's come up multiple times, so I was hoping you'd wanna force that issue and do it.
Oh,
And
no,
be the first person. And
no.
if they shriveled up in 2 years, it's a bad idea.
I honestly think that place gets beat hard by the sun. And one of our big worries was some fading in the paint, but I think no matter what we paint it, it's gonna fade. Even the white is oxidizing to a yellow. So I think it's kind of no difference than a plumbing shop. I stained it 3 times in 4 years and painted it finally because I was sick of it. But you know, everything gets beat by the sun for some reason from where we're setting on this pleasant hill, you know. But no, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel with that. We like I said, just want to be compliant to it. I don't intend on alienating the people that help us in the process of all of this.
Are the window, or are the garage doors gonna be able to open and close?
Absolutely.
Okay, is that part of the food? Otherwise you're not gonna have food, so you don't have to worry about that.
No, you know, cigars are smoky. So during certain times of the year, we really hope to open them up and open that environment and make it a little more free flowing. We're kind of hoping that traditionally, a lot of cigar lounges, people come into work every day, they bring in their laptop, they sit down at a desk, and so we hope to have bar tables that set right up against that so they can come in and set up camp and hopefully buy a whole bunch of cigars and, you
We'll
know.
also have like one-man bands for events and stuff like on weekends and stuff like that, so be open to the music so that when people wanna sit out on the patio, they can still hear the music and stuff like that too, so.
And I believe the fencing came up, we've talked about this on that particular location a couple of different times. Just a wrought iron fencing, maybe what's like 4
It's
feet high.
aluminum,
Yeah, but it does look
But
better.
But
yeah,
it's
but
a
it looks like
style.
wrought iron, yeah.
That's what I always say, but.
Well, I don't wanna say wrought iron, it's
Right.
not welded.
But-
Yeah,
And that's just around that patio area, the stuff off to the side, so we really wanna try to, that home behind it, so close, I mean, it's,
Right.
You're just running that from the building to Oak Street.
yes, that's gonna be the privacy
I mean,
fence
yeah.
there. And we
Makes
wanted
it
to run that
nice,
privacy
though.
fence across between the house and the building parking lot, so that,
they have some privacy, we have privacy.
right,
Because eventually, in the future, I have that pergola in there, we'd like to put a pergola over that eventually in the future, so that we can have, we wanna do like food trucks and stuff like that, so that food trucks can come up and then people can sit under that and eat, or if like somebody wants to smoke, whatever, it's like raining or whatever, they can come out and sit underneath the pergola and enjoy smoking like out in the, rain or whatever.
And it looks like your signage, it just look like gold letters on the.
Uh-huh, yeah.
So
above the
basically
doorway.
just- basically
Kinda like
just
five
a-
and dime or
Like a
whatever.
standoff, just like a standoff type
Yeah.
of letter.
Uh-huh.
Individual letters, or is it gonna be part of a?
Individual.
Yeah.
And the Bale and Ash, are you gonna, is it gonna be like the bike shop where they did the big vinyl?
Mhm.
And-
Yeah.
Okay,
just like that. Make it a little bit bigger.
cause that was actually,
But it'll have a light over it. I don't know if his did.
No, just I don't know if we needed to mention, we do intend on putting a couple of, gas, like fireplaces up front, where that seating is gonna be in front of the garage door, fire pits, yeah, I'm sorry. Fire pits, I don't know if that's, I think there's some pictures in there of those too, just wanna make sure that those are, all that stuff is, may as well talk about it now versus later.
Oh, none of that's permanent, that,
No, no, it won't be permanent, they'll be mobile, so,
that doesn't really fall under our,
okay.
that doesn't fall under the umbrella.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be an interesting design concept. We haven't really seen anything like that here as of yet.
Mhm.
Probably the closest call that we've had is the,
Wine Stop, or the
Hooker Grove,
Wyoming Street or whatever.
The massage place,
massage
yeah,
place,
and
yes.
that turned out really good, it's pretty.
And she went with a dark color and a darker color with a lighter trim, and that was a point of a lot of concern, and it ended up doing exactly what she wanted to.
Nailed it, it looks great.
It stood out as an individual building,
Mhm.
and it looked really good.
Well, what our hope with the cigar lounge is kind of like a coffee shop, how it brings daily business downtown. We really wanted to bring a daily business back down to the downtown to help, because we have the boutiques and stuff like that, which are also awesome, but they bring a lot of weekend traffic, and we want to bring daily traffic down to the downtown area.
I think it has a very classy look.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Question about pergola. You said it's in here? I guess I didn't see it.
Just a future concept, not
Okay,
immediate.
yeah.
I mean, it could be 10 years away. Maybe we,
Right,
you
it's
know,
not right.
maybe we pay for this remodel first and then build a pergola.
Pat, I will say there were some items that, they included that were not going to be done or initiated within the next 6
So they're
months.
not in our,
So they
Oh,
were not in
okay.
your packet, they are with your
I do.
original application in here.
that's fine.
I would like to specify, just because it's not in there, Jesse, can you tell us how tall that, what I call the patio fence, the little wrought iron fence?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's the
it's,
height on that?
it's basic, what is it, 6 foot or 5 foot?
Ooh,
I think it's like 6 foot, because it's, yeah, you
Okay.
won't be able to see faces over it.
Oh, the
no,
privacy.
she's talking
Oh,
about the
oh.
aluminum.
The other-
Yeah, the aluminum
wrought
iron.
Around the front garage doors.
Oh,
I wanna say it's 5 foot, just enough to catch some kids.
Yeah, I would
Like-
assume.
Yeah.
6 foot's up.
Okay.
yeah, I think it's 5 foot, yeah, because I think our heads go right over the top of it.
You don't want it to look like a prison. You
Right,
want it to look-
right,
You want it to look inviting.
yeah. We just didn't want it low enough that somebody could just,
Yeah, the rendering, I think she put a really tall fence in there, and that is not the concept, but Jamie added a picture of the actual aluminum
Yeah, I
style fencing that we're gonna go with, just a random picture of that, so,
It's an interesting and new direction.
yeah. And two, again, like Jamie was saying, you know, the whole idea of trying to create constant traffic, you know, a huge part of what we're doing is automating the building, which is stupid expensive, where we can kind of control hours without actually having bodies in there working the place all the time. So after closing, members will still be able to key fob in, go in, QR code, buy their cigar, the lights come on, my cell phone tells me. And, you know, we can see people in there, we can see people outside, you know. I don't think it was on there and it wasn't intentional, but there is gonna be a camera outside somewhere mounted on the building so that we can get all angles of, you know, points of entry or whatever. And then, so we can, again, that automated feature of being able to see people coming and going and seeing what's happening out there, but.
there'll also be a private enclave inside for, there's been a struggle with places for professionals to meet. And it'll have a private enclave with a secret door for elite members to come in and have professional meetings and stuff like that in there. So we're excited about inviting new entrepreneurs and professionals to the downtown area, potential investors and stuff like that. So we're just excited about bringing those clients to this area.
Will there be a gate on the fence, the patio
Yes.
fence?
Yes.
Okay.
I think we're required to also.
Well, yeah,
For fire
I was
code.
gonna, next
Yeah.
has to say if not.
Yeah.
You said-
Yeah, we may have more than one on each side.
I think it's just one,
Okay.
unless fire code
All right.
requires
Well,
one.
yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be the city's.
Parking will stay the same in front.
The parking?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll shrink up slightly, just the spaces between the road and those planter boxes, you know, but it'll relatively stay the same.
Your planter boxes, that basically looks like a wood planter box,
Mhm.
not very deep.
No. And, you know, in part, just so somebody would hit those instead of the fence.
Parking block.
Well, just to soften
Yeah,
the,
that's right. Add some color.
Yeah, add an
That's
attraction.
the difference between a man and a woman's
Yeah.
concept.
No, you're right.
of what they're there for.
There's a lot of that going on with this building, trust me. Like the enclave. I never even heard that word. So. Until she said that. But you know what? It's fancy.
No, it looks like you're getting ready to spend a significant amount of money
Yeah.
on a property.
You want to be an investor? Obviously.
Does anybody else have any questions?
No, I don't.
I don't. You pretty much answered everything. Yes, it's a bold move. But if we don't take a step once in a while, it's been five failed businesses in the last 6 years. So would like to see it as a sustainable business, something that's gonna be there. Your 24-hour access, that's somewhere like 24-hour fitness or.
Well, we'll probably keep it to like a 12 to 15 hour access so that I can actually sleep at night without worrying about it.
I think they're gonna have access to like midnight. And then we'll be open with staff, I think, until 7. So from 7 to midnight, there won't be staff. And it'll only be elite members who pay $1,200 a year. So they'll have an invested interest in the building, so they won't be, fooling around or anything. And I think they will be watching anybody else who, is trying to get in or whatever. I think they'll keep a close eye on all that.
And that whole 24 hour aspect, I probably shouldn't tell you, but I'm burnt out on that anyway. You know, that's what I do. So,
Yeah, well,
yeah. So if I can have, some sleeping hours with a surety that I won't get called, that sounds pretty neat to me. So,
Well,
yeah,
we're excited
till
about
midnight, probably.
We're excited about partnering with local businesses like where Press Monkey will bring coffee and pastries in the morning for clients. And then we've already spoken with, I keep going to call it Wyoming Street. It's not Wyoming.
Caitlin and
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wing Hill. Wing Hill will have a QR menu there so that they'll do delivery services. So if somebody's there and they've run out of their beverage or whatever, because it'll be a BYOB, but they'll have lockers there. So they'll have their own alcohol. And so if they run out of, we've already talked about them like carrying whiskeys and bourbons there too, so they can run up a bottle to clients or whatever, so that we can have stuff with them to partner with them. Food trucks will have like, where they're gonna do like foods that partner with cigars and stuff like that, and they'll also do drinks that partner with cigars and stuff like that, and we hope to work with Wing Hill with that too. So we're excited about doing collaborative work downtown. So.
I don't see any glaring problems in here. Can I hear a motion to approve this?
Does anybody have any more as far as the city's concerned about the black and if the green, your alternate paint, is something that you would want to look at? Or the black is what you really want?
Black's what we really want. Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Honestly, in the great big scheme of things, I don't think.
I'd take black
we
over
do.
green any day,
Yes.
so.
I don't think that's gonna be it.
So would Jamie.
Yeah. I think it's just gonna look the classiest, the sharpest.
Could I just clarify, I thought the city had said that black was not in the approved colors, and I thought you had said it was.
It's not in the historic palette.
It is not an historic palette.
But it's a neutral color.
But it's neutral.
Black and white are neutrals.
That's up to you guys to decide that.
I'm colorblind anyways.
I bet you can see
Just
black. You'll be walking into the building.
How does that work if it's not in the?
It's, a white or a black is a neutral, and you can't say there's not a shade of black. We ran into this with, the 5 and 10. The front of his building he painted all that black on the lower trim. And it wasn't technically in the color, but it's a neutral color. So it has kind of a little bit of a variance.
I will remind you, Jeff, of Eva Moore's. She came in with a similar color, and you guys did request a lighter gray on that one.
Did we?
Yes,
And it was that's the dance studio, right?
yes.
Did she threaten to paint the building green if we didn't?
No, she did not. Green is in the color palette.
I don't have a problem.
I don't have a problem with it.
We thought if we talked enough up here that you guys would forget about everything and just approve it, so happy deal.
And
Well, I think your drawing, or your application speaks for itself. I think it's very classy, very elegant looking. And I think it brings a lot of, character, what I would like to see downtown. It's not purple.
Yes.
So,
it's just different, and we're resistant to change. Trying to get better about that.
I'll make a motion to, approve the application as submitted.
Well, I think we're really different because we're not trying to go modern, we're actually trying to go very far back.
Did I hear a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Show that the motion carries.
Can I clarify just what we're approving? Just so that it's
Color of the building,
the color of the building,
the fence,
the fence,
The planter.
both fence, 5-foot wrought iron fence, and
the privacy fence,
privacy fence.
privacy fence
Okay,
at the rear, the light fixtures,
okay,
the garage doors, the panoramic garage doors.
and the removal and infill of the other garage doors,
Yes.
okay? Signage,
Signage as submitted,
Yes.
in both spots.
okay? And then replacement of the 2 smaller windows on what I call the L-shaped building
Right.
in aluminum trim,
Aluminum trim, or
Okay.
matching trim to what's existing.
okay? And painting the trim around the existing windows, is that accurate?
We'll actually be
Or will those
doing
aluminum
a
windows?
Around.
A wrap,
a night lot. Yeah. Oh,
You're
sorry.
fine.
a vinyl wrap.
Vinyl
Vinyl
wrap.
wrap, okay.
Yes. So it'll be a peel and stick. Kind of
I
thing.
always just clarify what we're approving, so we
Yeah.
have clarification when things come back to us.
Sure.
That's the only reason why.
It's okay.
I guess on that point, was it a gold wrap or a black wrap?
Black.
We're
Okay,
doing black.
okay, it's black.
And then, I guess we're doing that gold vinyl pinstripe on the windows.
Right, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, the windows are, that's up to you.
Yeah, okay.
It can be razor blade back off, so it's
Yeah.
temporary.
And your concrete, it's not, it's painted concrete, correct?
Yes.
Yes, thanks, Jeff.
I think we got it. And yeah, Missy, I think that's everything. Everything that was submitted.
Yes, I just wanted to verify that you guys were clear on what exactly you were approving, or what you approved.
Everything is submitted. And, nice job. Very good samples. Didn't have to run out and get anything. It's not in crayon. Sorry, Alan. Sorry. You're free to go. You're free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
We appreciate
Thank you
it.
very much.
We don't have anything else, so
Do
if
we
you
have
guys are done, you can just adjourn.
Did anybody contact you about the church,
No, ma'am.
about painting? I told them to come see you because they needed something like, did they talk to you? Chris Livingston, I think,
No,
who was gonna come see you, but,
we didn't.
Grayson, is that Grayson, what's the church right up here, the
Grayson
historical?
Truth?
Kellogg?
No, Grace and Truth, I think.
Grace and Truth Baptist Church?
Yeah, they wanna repaint the bottom half of that, they wanna take all that paint off.
Okay, yeah, no, I
They
haven't
wanted to know what
received-
they needed to do, but they're trying to get a grant and they wanted us to have an emergency meeting. I said they needed to come see you
In the
first.
district.
I haven't talked to anyone.
And
Yes, they are in the district.
And that foundation is a point of contention. It should never have been painted.
Right, I knew that.
It was-
And that's
it
why
is
I
to be
was like,
stripped.
you have to go talk to Missy and get an application put in.
It-
Yeah,
it
but
should-
no, I haven't heard from anyone.
It should be back to the limestone. We had it looked at one time by
I think
Like-
that's what they're wanting to do.
like a
is to
soda blaster.
Get it back to the original.
And no, I haven't talked to anybody. But that was, when that happened, that's been 12 or 13
It's been
years
quite a
ago.
while.
It's been quite a while. And we had
You know,
a
Chris
lot of
Livingston,
discussions.
you might wanna talk to him.
Is Chris involved in that? I don't
It's-
think it's Chris Livingston.
Yes,
Is it?
yeah, what you call him.
Then he will probably, we have planning and zoning
Oh,
tomorrow.
because he's
so
planning and
I'll
zoning,
bring it
that's
up
why.
tomorrow.
All right, that's fine. If nobody has anything else, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
All right, the meeting is adjourned for.
I think Alan opposed.
No, my mic just